All right, guys, welcome back to the podcast. Welcome back to Game and Compute. Today we are going to be talking about a form of social media marketing for either a project or a brand or something along those lines. And on this podcast in general, we tend to talk about side hustles, money, things like that. As we are approaching the month of November of 2022, usually by this time, it's usually a good idea as a tip to kind of have some projects and campaigns in mind if you're trying to cash out, make some money, potentially by the end of this year. Now, I'm not really one to talk about money as far as making money quick, like just flipping things real quick like that. Unless you know something already, unless you already have like the education about certain trends, or maybe if there's something you're into that you dabble in as a hobby and you kind of just, have your ear to the wind about all kinds of popular topics within that section of life, then you might come across stuff that you can just kind of quickly do. So I'm not talking about the whole like overnight just like scheme and get money real quick. It's more so the strategizing, but smart strategies. So this one might be a little bit controversial, but I did review a Biaheza short. It was very informative as far as the research and the marketing and just the whole execution of this whole project that he did. So I'll tell you what the project was, and then I will explain, breaking down what he did for the project to get potential leads. Now, on this specific project, he never stated how much he paid out of pocket for the parts that he did purchase, and he also did not explain how much how much as far as like leads were generated, and then how much, if any, I'm assuming he didn't make any money from this because it was a project that was, I would consider it controversial, because I feel like sharing information where people talk about how people create scams can lead people to want to copy those styles and make scam pages and make scam businesses out of them. I've dabbled in the art, I guess we call it a dark art of how to scam, and so I kind of do understand it. As far as like, yes, it does make money potentially. Of course, nothing is 100% guaranteed, but a lot of it is like testing out things that have already been tested to see if it actually ends up in a significant amount of profit. So I'm going to explain what he did. And again, I'm not encouraging people to go the scam route. My whole purpose of recording this information is because I want to post information that's valuable. And I did find that, if you were to change this model into something that wasn't just trying to scam people into sending you crypto, because potentially worst case scenario, somebody could just recreate this whole entire thing and create a crypto scam easily. But that's not what we're here for. That's not like a long-standing business. If you really wanted to actually market a product this way, market a brand this way, this would be one method to do it. So let me get into my notes. Get into a comfortable fanned and air-conditioned location because the sun is shining brightly through this window. Thank you, Southern California. You know, we get this bright baking sun. We have had some gray days during October, but overall we get this bright baking sun that that lets us know why we pay all this money to live here. So basically, I'm gonna go through my notes. So I took diligent notes on Biaheza's video with the purpose of breaking this down in an order that makes sense. So I'm gonna explain it first from the perspective of how he was just making a page similar to how scam gurus make the page. Now all the links are going to be in the description as far as who he used for a celebrity endorsement, the actual Instagram page he created that you can actually go and see, and then the actual clip that I'm pulling from that Biaheza himself posted on, I saw it through a short on YouTube. So let's dive right in. So this is explaining an NFT guru page. Now, this could be generalized to other types of pages, but overall, this is explaining NFT guru pages. Guru meaning, you know, they are talking about how to basically flip NFTs for the most part to make a profit off of them and come out with more money in hand than what you put in to buying the original NFT. Now, that's what an NFT guru in general would do, would be somebody who has done that, has made hundreds of thousands of dollars, gotten rich off of this, and then they decide they want to teach people through courses and Discord and like different online platforms how to actually do what they did. Now, gurus overall tend to make money off of either supposedly doing something, so we can't confirm that what these people say is actually true, and then they also make money off of selling courses based on them selling their brand, selling the promise that they were able to do it so they can teach anybody else how to do it. Just send them this amount of money for the course and then sign up. You get access to this course, you get access to these online materials and maybe even live chats, maybe even 5 to 10 minute to 30-minute consultations with the person. They create a whole business, a whole brand around this concept. But usually when someone calls them a guru, that term has gone from, I know in some religions and cultures, a guru is someone who's like a master of knowledge, who has trained and learned something that they can pass to others who study under them. And, in the tech world, that has kind of taken, a turn in social media to be like someone who's kind of giving false teachings, I guess, if you will, like false information. They're scheming people, basically. Not to say that it totally wouldn't 110% ever work, but it's not like you're going to get a 6-figure, 7-figure income from buying their $100, $200, $2,000, $4,000 course. And in a year, you too can be a millionaire, by selling NFTs. Like, that's what an NFT guru would look like. So for people who may not be familiar, that's kind of what it would look like. So usually when somebody is labeled as like an NFT guru or crypto guru or something like that, usually it's like people are like, kind of stay away from this person, but they don't market themselves as a guru. Usually they will market themselves as a rich person, showing, cars and houses and, brand name clothing and all these kind of things that you could literally just go into a store and try this stuff on, and go to a rental place, get the car, take some pictures at the beach or whatever. So let me just jump into this, because I could go on and on and on and on. You guys know me by now. So this guru page. So the purpose would be, of this episode, to learn marketing strategies from something that is maybe controversial but can be adapted to something that is legit. So themes that I kind of saw coming up, because I do watch a lot of, crypto content, a lot of NFT content, even still, past 2020, when it got all super famous and trending and popular. There's still a lot of stuff that comes up. Basically, just, if you didn't know Biaheza made this page, if you didn't know this page called Sam Satoshi on Instagram, and you just came across it someday, this is what it would look like. So they use hot trends, such as topics like NFTs. They use popular name Satoshi, as in the name Satoshi Nakamoto, which is the name of the Bitcoin creator. They sell, they're selling basically to the demands of students who want to learn to make a profit from selling NFTs. And they use a popular Instagram account, which is backed by articles, celebrity endorsements, and statistics, as in like their followers, all that kind of stuff. So we'll call this the NFT Guru Course Marketing Project. So basically, if you look at the Instagram page itself, and you can go there and look at the page, don't try to buy anything. I don't think this is actually a legit page, because Biaheza seems to be upstanding as far as I know. I followed his content for years, used his course with dropshipping, and it worked fabulously for me. And also, I trust in a lot of his content. I like how he does the research. He's a true, on the street, not on the street, but, he does the research through actually making projects, presenting his results with numbers. And, a lot of the ideas, if you follow through on it, he basically teaches you what he does as far as the marketing end of things. So basically, there's this Instagram page. It's fake. Biaheza created it. It's fake. But just looking at the page, you can kind of tell how he did the marketing and created this brand called Sam Satoshi. Sam Satoshi. So on Instagram, it's Sam Satoshi as one word. It has so basically he explained, Biaheza explained, that he did a photo shoot of a friend of his. It was kind of like a lifestyle photo shoot for a lifestyle type page of Sam Satoshi. And he had, they're using this brand name, Sam Satoshi. You see pictures of, supposedly this guy, Sam Satoshi, or the brand Sam Satoshi, or the teacher, the guru, the NFT guru, Sam Satoshi, in coffee shops with his laptop, in front of houses, in front of cars, like, not even really a lot of other information, just, pictures, just like any person takes a picture. But when you think of it, it's like, okay, like, you gotta think hard, I live in a city. I could literally go in front of, I don't know how many houses, and take a picture on somebody's lawn without them knowing. I mean, people aren't outside all the time. They're not always like in front of their house. They're not always looking out their front window. They might not have security. Yeah, it is a form of trespassing, but also it could be just not bothering somebody just enough that, you get a picture in, cover up the license plates of the cars, cover up the address, and you can take a picture in front of anybody's nice house. Taking a picture in front of a nice car is also easy to do. Taking a picture in the driver's seat is maybe not as easy to do, but I'm pretty sure you could figure out a way to get a picture in a nice car. Without harassing people to do so. You could even come out of your own pocket and rent a car for a day to literally take a picture. And it wouldn't have to cost a whole lot of money. Like, yeah, it's a lot, but if you took some pictures for a project, you'd only really need one set of pictures from that car rental. Then you'd have the car to drive around if you wanted to. I don't know. But you could rent cars. That's not hard to do. You can rent luxury cars. So you see that there's an Instagram profile if you look up Sam Satoshi. Now there are multiple ones. There's one that's like a Sam _ Satoshi, which it looks like somebody tried to exactly copy this exact Biaheza brand with that same Sam Satoshi profile picture. So it's not the one with the underscores, it's the other one. And strangely enough, both of them have 9 posts. Exactly 9 posts. So there's an NFT headshot, kind of almost in a profile, kind of like looking at the camera partially, but it's like a little pixelated NFT, how those look. So there's that Instagram profile shows 9 posts, beginning with 13 followers. In Biaheza's video, it showed a point where that page had 20.4k followers. Now it looks like they have about 19k followers, so they've dropped a little bit, but not that much. And then going from people they were following, early on it showed following 24 people, up to following 402 people. I don't remember what it is now at this very moment as I'm recording this, but the numbers are fairly similar to the ones in the video still. Now there had the Instagram bio for the Sam Satoshi page had 3 lines. One line said 8-figure verified NFT collection. The next line said 2,500 plus successful students mentored. And the last line said Forbes 30 under 30. Now this is bio info that somebody just wrote there. I mean, I could say that I have an 8-figure verified NFT collection. Like, who's gonna go challenge it? I could say that I had 2,500 plus successful students that I've mentored, meaning successful, meaning that they have, received a significant return on their investment and they're happy with it, if that's how you want to classify successful. 2,500 plus. I mean, I don't know where that number comes from. I mean, again, I know that Biaheza, on purpose, for a project, a good project, I agree with his project. I approve of these types of projects that expose that there can be, a lot of things to look out for as far as NFT gurus and such. I appreciate all the work that he put in, money out of his pocket. But it also shows, I'm thinking about it in another way too. Anybody can put these things out there, right? Forbes 30 under 30. I mean, you could just write that in your bio anywhere. Like, nobody's like making you, have to prove it, right? He has a celebrity endorsement that he paid. So Biaheza paid for a celebrity endorsement for Sam Satoshi. So one of the 9 videos has LeVar Ball, a celebrity. His link I'm putting in the description too. So LeVar Ball has the brand Big Baller Brand. So I'm posting his YouTube. He also has air.app, air Heir, like heir to the throne, air.app. So he has an app as well. If you go on YouTube, he's gotten multiple interviews. You see clips of him on, ESPN's channel. You see clips of him all over, with basketball related things. So that was the celebrity endorsement that was paid for. Biaheza also paid for this website, Daily Scanner, for the entrepreneur section, an article titled "Making Millions with NFTs: the Sam Satoshi Story." So basically paid for articles in a popular, site to post about Sam Satoshi's story. I don't know how much that costs. I don't know how much the celebrity endorsement costs. I don't know how much it costs that he bought followers and likes and custom comments. Like I mentioned before, he had, so how much does it, you'd want to know how much does it cost to pay for 20.4K followers on Instagram? How much does it pay for likes and custom comments? How much does it cost to pay for that kind of stuff? And then Biaheza, through that Sam Satoshi channel, sent out random DMs on Instagram asking if people had an interest in an NFT course and an interest in having access to Discords. Discords, like the platform where people can either post like kind of live streaming, or almost like a live course or a live like chat room. It's got like a lot of features on there. So if you had access to something like that, where you had a bunch of entrepreneurial people, a lot of people from this specific NFT course talking, and he was the one teaching and talking to these people, and maybe seeing other people sharing ideas on there and stuff. Potentially, if you were actually doing that, it could be valuable if it was actually valuable information. And then the results. So the results showed that people did follow. People followed back the Sam Satoshi Instagram channel and Instagram page. People requested information on where they could send their funds, as in like what type of funds. Do you accept Ethereum? What's the wallet to send it to? That kind of thing. People slid into Sam Satoshi's DMs requesting to so they this is like organic traffic, I guess, coming in to some extent in Sam Satoshi's DMs requesting to sign up for the NFT course to get mentorship. So if you think about it, it's like, that could be a method to use. I've never personally used it, but say if you had something that you actually were trying to market, right? So let's flip this into something that's, you're no longer an NFT scamming guru trying to get people to sign up for your fake classes and send you money to, promote like false ideas or false teachings of things that people are going to try and they're not going to make money, or basically it doesn't matter if they make money because they're paying you money anyways. I don't know if it's a monthly fee. I don't know if it's an annual one-time fee. I don't know if there's some kind of discounts here and there for 3 months at a time or whatever. Like, how those sites work, right? Like, subscribing, like a subscription fee or like a one-time purchase or what. But say you actually had something that, was a type of a hot trend, It doesn't have to be NFTs or crypto, but say it's something that's a niche, just a general niche that you know, that is something that you're aware of, that you're familiar with, that you know other people like. I mean, I'm just thinking out loud this time of year, you know, people start going crazy in Southern California. I mean, I'm in LA right now. People in LA love their freaking pumpkin spice. I mean, we're not even the kind of city that really gets a lot of the beneficial weather changes, like the trees, leaves changing colors, and the trees balding, and you know, the air kind of changing that much. I mean, yesterday was the first day that I didn't put on shorts. I wore long sleeves mostly all day. So, that's saying something. But, you know, I wake up today, you know, I have our heater in the house set for 71 degrees. And once it started getting about 72, I'm like, all right, time to open up the window. The sunshine's coming in. It's been coming in strong since the sun came up at like 7 something this morning. It wasn't a foggy morning, and so it's going to be kind of a warmer day because the sun's been out early. And it wasn't it was a windy, chilly evening, but it was sunny. But the sun's setting around like 6:10ish, I don't know the exact time, but around 6:10 p.m. So yeah, but it doesn't have to be pumpkin spice related things. That's a very seasonal thing. I do hear people complain though a lot about pumpkin spice products not being available annually, like only during the fall it's available and then they cut it off. So I'm not familiar with, but I would be curious to know if there's a market for pumpkin spice related things throughout the rest of the year. I mean, I don't really know. This isn't like a field that I know a thing in the world about. I could not tell you a thing about pumpkin spice. I you know, I don't dislike it. I just know it's a popular seasonal item. And so yeah, anything that has to do with pumpkin spice, you know, is going to catch some people's attention at least. But yeah, you know, if you're in a tech world, if you're in a pet world, if you're in a, you know, talking about careers, you know, that's a popular topic. Talking about finances, talking about housing. There's a lot of popular topics right now just with general news, as well as like healthcare related items. I'm not saying you can sell meds online or anything like that, but I mean, I know in San Diego there's a certain medication called Ozempic for diabetes that's, I guess people like it for weight loss or something, I've heard, and for some reason there's a shortage in the city of San Diego of that medication, at least through Medi-Cal. And that's not the only medication that I've noticed they have a shortage with. This is the first year I've ever noticed that there's a shortage of medications on like to that level, where there's certain pharmacies that just are popular pharmacies that literally don't know when they're gonna get a medication. Like there's downtown pharmacies in San Diego that are like, we don't know when we're gonna get access to this anymore. Or again, I mean, just through my world of work, you know, that's the kind of stuff we deal with. But I don't think there's really a market for it legally. There's a lot of stuff that you want to check, you know, the legal aspect of things. You don't want to just be like, hey, I made this website and I'm selling this stuff now. Like, you know, selling a product is different than selling educational information. I mean, it has similarities, but, you know, if you're selling like a physical product, that's a little bit different too. So yeah, basically this whole model is basically selling to the demand. Like basically students want to be able to make a profit from selling whatever the product is. In this model, it's basically their intention. The people purchasing have the intention to be buying and reselling, right? That's their intention, is to buy and resell. So potentially the people being sold to have some form of money. You'd want to know for your type of course that you're selling, if you are making a course, you'd want to know how much are people willing to pay for this course. What does it need to have in it? What would make it so people don't want refunds? What would be a refund policy? Those are the types of things I keep in mind. It's like there aren't that many things I've purchased that cost in a couple $100 range where I'm not going to be able to return it if I don't like it. And usually if the time frame of return is good, then I'm happy with it. Even if I don't like it, I'll just return it. Or if not only the time frame, but so for example, I've signed up for courses before where the time frame to return is maybe a couple days, but if you think about how much you would be learning in the course in a couple days, like 2 or 3 days or whatever, like say if it's a 3-day or not, 3-day period of, full, no questions asked, full refund for a $300 item, for a $300 class, what am I learning in those 3 days? Am I able to do what I need to do in those 3 days to tell if am I able to tell if I'm going to be able to get a return on that investment? So, if like from the other perspective, if you're the one making a brand and, having a course and putting the refund option on there, are people going to be able to learn enough in 3 days? Do people need 90 days? And what do people expect to get out of it? Now, reminding you, Biaheza never fully launched the Sam Satoshi thing. It wasn't like a full course. It was just the front end of marketing, basically. You see the product being marketed. On the surface, it looks legit. Like, it has 9 posts, a whole bunch of followers, a whole bunch of comments, a whole bunch of like the few pieces of content on there look legit at face value. Same guy standing in front of a house, standing in front of like inside the driver's seat of a car, sitting there, not standing, he was sitting, standing in front of a whiteboard, looking like he's teaching with his NFT in the background on a monitor, all this kind of stuff. Like, it looks like he's teaching. It looks like he, has a building that he works out of because he's walking through this like, industrial building, nice industrial building looking place. It looks like he's got a cool desk to work at with a cool laptop and a cool car and a nice house. Kind of clean cut look. And he's got endorsements and an article, or maybe a couple articles, I don't know, with popular names attached to him, LeVar Ball attached to him, the daily, what was it called? The daily, paid daily scanner, the daily scanner, entrepreneur article. These look legit. And then also saying all those things in the bio. Now there's no link in the bio, I don't think. But having that amount of followers, not following a whole lot of people, honestly, in the hundreds, following the amount of people in the hundreds, and the bio information saying about this verified information and success and different kind of like stuff about Forbes and whatnot. Again, anybody can write that kind of thing, but if you actually have results from something that you've done or tried, and you could actually create a course that actually does sell a popular like a good result, this model doesn't seem like a bad idea to me. I would not encourage anybody to become an NFT guru or to be scamming people on all this nonsense. It's not good. I know all the scams, that go around, people get, I don't know. Scammers are smart, but also it's at the same time, like, it's not really fair. And I know, we all get scammed, like that it does come to a point where people are like, okay, like, when do I get mine? When do I see my wallet fat? When do I see my bank account with all those zeros? Where's my car? Where's my house? I work hard, like, I think about that too, I'm not gonna say that I'm not, I don't sit around being like, man, like, some of these people just haven't made, and some of it does come from dishonest work, and some of it does come from just working smart. If you are a scam, you're always going to be kind of chasing, and watching your back and chasing, am I doing something that's illegal enough to get caught? Am I going to have to owe a bunch of people money? Is somebody going to come after me? Is my brand going to be ruined? Is my name going to be leaked? Is my, information going to be, is it going to, at the least ruin my credit, if you do some weird, like, PayPal scam or something, and then you just never pay back PayPal, eventually it's going to, like, affect your credit and things like that, but it's like, for a lot of people, that might not deter them enough from doing the illegal activities and scamming other hardworking people who tend to make an honest living. But it is possible to make an honest living without scamming and scheming your way up a ladder, and slithering all around, like, trying to get over on people. Is very possible to do that. And those types of brands, they last longer. They're more solid. But I do find it helpful to study scams, because there is some marketing potential there. If you like topics related to scams, there's Kit Boga and Pierogi and those guys who, they call out those scam centers in India, and they're getting very strategic and smart about it, creating these projects where they're actually able to locate people's numbers who are in the process of getting scammed and actually be able to save them from the scam, or certain people they're able to even get them back a refund from the money that they get from their viewers, because they get donations and things like that. So they're actually able to generate funds to give back to people who have been scammed. That I don't know what the process is to get money back from that, but there is definitely that process. And so I basically, I think that's all I really have to say about that. If there's something that you have that people want, you too can get people to follow you. You can get people to request money on where they can send their funds. You can get people sliding into your DMs and requesting to sign up for a course or mentorship or Discord access and things like this. But you got to be smart about it. Scamming isn't really a long-term game. But oh my gosh. You guys get planes, you get motorcycles. I think we're missing the sirens for the day. We haven't had the sirens quite yet, but it eventually comes. But yeah, I think this is a lengthy episode, but I hope that's helpful, valuable. I'm going to put as much of these notes as I can fit in the description. And all right, for now, thanks for listening.